For all the great things about the Blender community, it is not exactly free of drama. AI dipping its hands into Blender, left-click selection, well, let's be honest, it should be right-click, or should it? And the occasional add-on developer beef. On one side we had eCycles, a custom build of Blender with a heavily optimized version of Cycles under the hood. On the other hand, we've got K-Cycles. And you guessed it, K-Cycles is also another custom Blender build doing much the same thing. Basically, these weren't your typical Blender add-ons. The developers were taking Blender source code, modifying cycles, and then compiling their own versions of Blender. So you would download eCycles or K-Cycles, open the blender.exe, and on the surface, it looked pretty much like normal Blender. The big difference was what's happening under the hood. So what happened, and how did this turn into drama between eCycles and K-Cycles? Let's start from the beginning. In 2018, a developer named Matthew started working on eCycles, which is a custom build of Blender focused on one thing, making cycles faster. At the same time, Cycles was one of the Blender best selling points. It was able to achieve great results, but it had a problem with complex scenes especially, and render time wasn't the best, let's just say. So Matthew started looking into ways to squeeze more performance out of Cycles, and the result was eCycles, a modified version of Blender with these modifications and optimizations built directly into it. And over time, the next few years of eCycles became a somewhat established product in the Blender community, and a lot of people loved it, especially at the time, when Cycles didn't have as much optimizations as it does today. Now it is 2021, and another developer had a very similar project. His name was Eric. Now his build is called K-Cycles, but the main thing is that Eric also added some optimization to the render engine and made substantial gains when it comes to speed and performance. So what are these optimizations? Well, this is in no way gonna be a technical video, so I'm not gonna go through all these changes, which they apply to Cycles, but there is one optimization that will be very important later in the story. It is called scramble distance. Now, I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert on this, but I'll try to simplify it. When Cycles renders an image, it basically shoots a whole bunch of tiny rays into the scene to figure out what each pixel should look like. Some hit a light, some bounce off objects, and some get lost in the darkness, and Cycles uses all that information to work out the final color of each pixel. So this happens for every pixel, which can be demanding for the GPU. You see, GPUs love repetitive tasks, so scrambling distance makes the sampling of neighboring pixels much more similar, allowing the GPU to process them more efficiently and reduce render times, in a nutshell. And that's just one of the optimizations these custom builds were doing, so these guys are really good. And there were plenty of others, but we don't need to get into all of them. The important one for our story is scrambling distance, because this is where things are about to get complicated. Moving forward a bit to March of 2021, K-Cycles was released, and people immediately started comparing it to eCycles, and some users were getting very similar performance improvement. To cut the story short, this didn't go unnoticed by Matthew of eCycles, because Eric of K-Cycles wasn't just another developer who happened to arrive at the same time at the same idea randomly. He had actually taken Matthew's Blender programming course for about 2 years, and according to Eric of K-Cycles, that course had covered the scrambling distance work, which was being used in Cycles, including a patch by the original developer of the scramble distance technique for Cycles, and this guy was called Lucas Stockner. So this guy called Lucas created the technique. Then Matthew of eCycles incorporated and further refined it, ending up in eCycles. Then Eric of K-Cycles took Matthew's course and later released K-Cycles, missing a lot of steps here, but this is basically the gist of it. So the developer of eCycles claimed that the developer of K-Cycles had taken what he had learned from the course and used it to build K-Cycles, specifically pointing to the way that K-Cycles was using scrambling distance. He pointed out that the two builds were using very similar values for scrambling distance, and argued that Eric had basically changed a few numbers from his implementation to get better benchmark results, so he claimed. But there is something I want to clarify here, because the accusation wasn't simply "you copied my code." The eCycles dev's argument was more like "you learned this technique from me," and then used essentially the same approach with slightly different values. And as you can imagine, Eric from K-Cycles obviously disagreed. His position was that the underlying technique was based on work that was already part of the wider Cycles community, and that K-Cycles was his own implementation. And at this point, the whole thing started moving beyond the coding aspect and the feud moved to benchmarks. As the two products claimed to make cycles significantly faster, naturally both of them wanted to show that theirs was the better option, and so the benchmarks war started. eCycles by Matthew would publish its own benchmarks, showing how much faster it could be than vanilla cycles, and Eric with K-Cycles would do the same thing. Throughout a few months, this heated benchmark argument started to develop. Now it is not just about the results, but how some of these results were being presented. What settings were used, how many samples, which GPU, whether or not both builds use the same scene and the same settings, and so on. According to Blender Market at the time, which is now SuperHive, they explained the situation by saying eCycles and K-Cycles were guilty of some level of misleading advertising, quote unquote, which is a normal thing because I think this was kind of a serious feud. At the same time, they were arguing about the technique behind their renders. They were also arguing about benchmark and misleading advertisement, and at this point, this became a public fight. For example, one user tested K-Cycles against eCycles across 6 different scenes and reported around 1.5 to 2 times speed increase. Eric from K-Cycles himself also published benchmarks showing that K-Cycles beat irregular cycles sometimes by 2 times. Matthew of eCycles, of course, pushed back on these benchmarks. He pointed out that some of these benchmark settings were kinda different, including the scrambling distance and the number of samples. Even small changes like these could affect both the render time and the image quality. Think of it this way: sometimes changing some values could affect the render speed in exchange of quality benchmarks, which should be conducted the same way for all the tested subjects to get a clear picture of whatever you are benchmarking. And this back and forth continued throughout 2021, while both projects kept developing, releasing new versions, and making new performance claims. K-Cycles was getting faster, and eCycles was getting faster too, and both developers were still defending their own approach. By November though, the situation has reached a point where Blender Market had to get involved, because according to Blender Market itself, there was actually 2 separate issues. The first was the advertising and benchmark situation. Blender Market said both eCycles and K-Cycles had been using misleading advertising tactics, and that they had already been working with multiple creators, including Eric from eCycles, to addressing misleading graphics. But the second issue was something different: conduct, specifically Matthew's conduct from eCycles. And Jonathan Williamson from Blender Market explained that the problem wasn't just what was being said, on the product pages, but also Matthew's behavior and what he was doing outside of those pages. And according to Jonathan, and the second issue was the reason eCycles was removed from the Blender Market. So after years of eCycles being sold through this marketplace, by late November of 2021, it was gone and deleted from the Blender Market. And now if you try to visit the page, you will see this. Naturally, people wanted to know what the hell was going on. At first, some people assumed it has something to do with the K-Cycles benchmarks. But Jonathan, who was running the Blender Market at the time, came into the discussion and clarified that this wasn't the reason, and he simply explained that Matthew's conduct was the only reason why Blender Market removed eCycles from their website. And that obviously didn't exactly end the argument. Matthew moved eCycles over to Gumroad, and the Blender Market said it would work with the existing eCycles customers to make sure they would still receive their updates. And this is pretty much where eCycles and K-Cycles drama came to an end. eCycles was removed from the Blender Market, and the arguments over the technology and benchmarks never really produced a clear winner, and both developers continued on their own paths. So in the end, it wasn't a really simple story of one developer stealing from another. It was actually a messy combination of open source code, shared research, competing implementations, questionable benchmarks, and 2 Blender developers who clearly didn't see eye to eye. And somewhere in the middle of that, a couple of faster cycles builds gave us one of Blender's most bizarre developer feuds. And there you have it, guys. If you want to check eCycles or K-Cycles, you will find all the necessary links in the description. And on a side note, both eCycles and K-Cycles are amazing products. And this was just a little story or the backstory of how these 2 Blender developers didn't see eye to eye because at the end of the day, we're just human, and we have flaws, which doesn't mean that the work we do isn't good or isn't something that you can take advantage of to use in your own workflow. So take a look at eCycles and K-Cycles too, and take what I said here in this video with a grain of salt. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.